So there's been an important development in the field of ALS. As we know that there are about 10% of patients who have what we call the familial form of ALS, where it runs in families, and then about 90% of patients where they're called sporadic ALS because you don't have a familial tendency there. And two separate groups have found a new gene that causes the familial form of ALS. It's been a new development.
So what's the importance of these findings?
So there are actually a couple of important findings here. One, we're going to have a gene test that's going to be able to diagnose a large number of the families who have familial ALS. Actually, this happens to be a common mutation that causes familial ALS. And the second important finding is that we can actually now start to understand what is common between familial ALS and sporadic ALS, because this gene mutation is not only associated with familial ALS, but with a small number of patients who have the sporadic form of ALS. So it's kind of a nice thing, is bringing these two diseases together, or two forms of the diseases together, for us to understand it better.
Sanjay, tell us a little bit more about how this affects future studies.
So we'll have to get into without getting into too many details, the type of mutation that was found in this gene is called a repeat expansion. Now, that's a new way to get ALS. But this form of the mutation has actually been known for almost a decade now, a little more than a decade. And so all that research that went into understanding repeat expansions that cause other diseases can now be applied to ALS. So I think this is a really important finding for several reasons that I just mentioned. So it's an exciting time. Of course, a lot needs to be done, but I think it's a hopeful time.